in the red jerseys. It's Argentina to serve. The ball in the hands of Nicolas Zerba, the 24-year-old middle blocker. So much on the line for Argentina, and they start with the serve. Here comes the first attack, kept alive by Argentina. Here's a chance. Slam cross court, and Argentina gets the first point of this match.
Two certain things happened on that play, Rob. Yuji Nishida got a set overhead, wasn't able to get it done, and a nice transition attack fed by DeCecco quickly to the outside for the first point.
Luciano DeCecco is the captain of this team. He's played almost 250 matches for Argentina. And the big kill comes from Japan's number 11, Shoma Tomita.
Tomita came flying out of the back row. We'll see here on the replay. An open attacker and then an open net to hit clear through for the first point on Japan's side that time.
Now the ball in the hands of Akihiro Yamuchi, the captain that Matt talked about a few moments ago. And that one is slammed down by Luciano Polonsky.
Well, a fast, quick, and strong start here for Polonsky after the pass. Nishida late to arrive on that block, and Polonsky with 2 early points.
Now DeCecco's in the back row. He's serving. The one-hand set on the other side from Japan was beautifully done.
It really was, Rob, a one-handed set there from Saketa, that veteran setter for Japan who does a great job running this offense, even with one hand.
DeCecco goes to the middle, sends it to Augustin Lozer, and the Milano man makes no mistake.
Yeah, Lozer getting up early. Key thing here, watch this pass. If it's inside the 3-meter line, DeCecco can go quick at any point along the net.
Scramble play, free ball chance for Argentina to go up by 2. And they do through Luciano Vicencin.
Another fast offensive attack in transition. Giving a free ball away to any team in this competition is definitely advantage for them. Vicencin scoring that time from the left side.
I liked how DeCecco didn't give away anything of what he might do on that set, Matt, as we look ahead already at the next play.
Well, DeCecco, a bit of a magician with those hands. We've seen him play professionally in the Italian Superliga and then obviously internationally for Argentina. Widely regarded as one of the best setters in the world. Masato
Kai, the outside hitter, sends the ball in play. Here comes the opposite attack, that time from Bruno Lima. Nicely done.
Lima is a very physical opposite hitter for Argentina. I like how DeCecco has gone away from him early on in this opening set, but this time you see Lozer tape the blocker with him, leaves a one-on-one situation for Lima to score.
Brazilian fans know Lima. He plays in the Brazilian Superliga. Here comes the back row attack from the lefty, Nishida, and that's going to go out.
Well, that is what Nishida does. One of the highest flying opposites in the world, and left-handed on top of it, changes the angles. This time hits clearly through the block. Polonsky was there, but just too much heat behind it for him to dig.
Trouble for Argentina. They do well to avoid a free ball, and they're going to receive a free ball and a chance to attack. And actually Argentina and coach Marcelo Mendez is calling for a challenge mid-play.
We'll see here on the replay, did Nishida get his whole hand under the ball on that pancake?
Well, as we have so often seen on these video challenges, it usually looks like part of the ball touches the ground. Our video check official is Paolo Tocci, the Italian. By the way, the first referee in the match, Fabrice Collaros from France, and Anderson Casador is the second referee. No floor touch, Matt. You nailed it. He got his hand under it.
He sure did. What an effort there from Nishida to keep that play alive, and an early lost challenge for Argentina.
Oh, and it's too bad because it looked like they were about to win that point. Go for the midpoint challenge. So nothing to choose yet between these teams. Service error by Japan and their number 2, Onodera.
That's an unfortunate service error after winning that previous point on the challenge. Gives it right back with the service error.
So now Lima gets a chance at the baseline. Picked up by Tomita. And then the middle attack from Japan is a thing of beauty.
Haven't gotten a lot of opportunities yet to go through the middle, but when the pass is there, Japan will have to do that. Good wrist away swing on that 31 attack.
It's Yamauchi, the captain of the team, the three-time Asian champion. Best middle blocker in the Japanese league on 3 separate occasions. We're going to rely on him an awful lot. And we have a net touch here. We do against Japan.
Good call by our second official. Middle blocker admits to touching the net, so Argentina will take that point.
These two teams met last year in the Volleyball Nations League, and it was a win for Japan in a 5-set battle. And that is an ace, and Argentina celebrates.
First service ace of the match coming in favor of Argentina. Good 1-to-1 serve through that seam. The outside hitter and Yamamoto, this libero.
Byzantine comes in. He is the least experienced national team player on this Argentinian team, but they obviously like what he brings. And there's a big point on the block.
Luciano DeCecco getting the first block point here against Nishida. Good hands, just straight up over the net. Doesn't expose his forearms and scores the block point.
Luciano DeCecco, he can do so many things well, Matt, but you wouldn't have thought necessarily blocking would be among them. Here comes another opportunity for Argentina. Back row attack and a thunderous shot from Byzantine.
Rob, we talked about this well-rounded offense that Argentina has. That's a great look at it. The free ball over from Japan, not what they intended, but then a clear path there for Vicentin out of the back row.
Well, Luciano DeCecco pushing all the right buttons right now. His team into a 4-point lead here. Timeout call, Japan. And their French coach, Philippe Blain, in charge of the team since 2022. He's also coached in Poland and will be heading to Korea to coach the Skywalkers next season.
Had a chance to speak with Coach Blaine before this match, Rob, specifically about the 2 players on his team that are not here.
Right.
Ron Takahashi and Yuki Ishikawa just finished their long seasons over in Italy. Both teams that they play on, Monza and Milano, making it deep into the playoffs. He opted to leave them back in Japan and allow them to rest, knowing that there's much more important things here this summer for this team from Japan.
Well, that's probably a good idea. Even if the players said they wanted to come, sometimes you need to kind of be the buffer for them.
Load management is so key, especially in an Olympic year. You want your players to be fresh. Plus, it also gives these outside hitters that we see today an opportunity for some quality playtime.
Tomita with the trickle ace. Shoma Tomita.
Lucky bounce off the tape trickler this time. And made that ball get farther away from Polanski. There was no chance he was going to get that one.
So 8 serving 10 here in this opening set to 25. DeCecco salvages that one, but the block is just too big from the captain, Yamauchi.
Yeah, Yamauchi pairing up nicely with that double block. Out of system play. Turned it out to be a pretty good pass. Lima challenging the left hand through the seam and losing that time.
So Japan has fought back 3 points, and now they've fought back 4, and we are all square at 10s. Wow.
Strong serving from Tomita. 2 aces out of his last 3 serves, this time going down the line. Catching Vicentin by surprise.
And he totally sold that he was going the other direction there. I love that. Here comes the 26-year-old. Tomita again, and is it another ace? Yes, it is. Japan's got the lead, 5 straight points.
Wow, back-to-back service aces, and 3 out of the last 4 points, Rob. The knuckleball that time catching the inline. Wow.
una rotación.
Of course, Argentina wants a
Debemos
timeout.
reaccionar, las bolas, sí, más la primera, ahora entró confianza y le pega. Más la primera, poner la bola en el medio y rotar, no cerrarla en bloqueo. Estamos de nuevo esta recepción, atento a la variante de ahora, atento al saque corto ahora.
Well, the wonderful game of volleyball, Matt, has so many ebbs and flows.
It really does, and I like what Coach Mendez is saying there, just telling his team to pay attention to the reception, really focus on that pass, get the pass to the net so DeCecco can run his magic, his offense on a good pass, get that first ball side out, but they have to pay more attention to their reception.
Ball back in the hands of Shoma Tomita. This time he takes a little off it. This is a chance for DeCecco to set up something good, and he does. It's tooled off the block by Polonsky.
Good bounce back after the timeout. Puts pressure on Tomita to just put his serve in, which he does. But then again, the quick offense from DeCecco, running that through the pin that time.
We're all square at 11 points each. And that time it's the left hand of Nishida who filters it through the block.
Back and forth we go, Rob. These two teams siding out when they're in rhythm. That ball up to the net. Good pass as Nishida has a big seam to go through that time to score.
Well, we mentioned before the game how the pressure is kind of on Argentina, but it's a great opportunity for them. On one hand, Matt, then I look at it the other way. You say, well, you mentioned the two players are missing from Japan. All of a sudden, that opens the door wide for someone else to show their stuff.
It certainly does. It's a great opportunity for the players on Japan that may not usually get the start in an international competition such as this, especially against such a strong Argentinian side. But you're right, on the other side for Argentina, they have to take advantage of an opportunity to play against a team that's not at full strength. Still very good, technically very sound. They play solid volleyball. But without two of their best players on the floor, that is a good opportunity for Argentina to try to take advantage of.
That last kill by Masakai. Nice dig there on the play by Lima. Here comes Japan again from the back row. Nishida is blocked.
Now Japan had a great opportunity that time after a touch on the block that slowed down the offense. Another great serve down the line, but Nishida not able to get the counterattack past Lima's block there.
And again, the ebbs and the flows. Polonsky sends a hard one at the libero, Yamamoto. Oh, nice dig on the other side, but Danani, who's one of the best liberos in the game, and that one is scored for Argentina.
All credit to the libero that time. Danani sitting in the angle, digs the heavy heat from the left side. And then Vincenten against the triple block goes high hands off Onodera.
Big low position for the setter, Sakita. Here's a chance. Back row attack. And again, it's beautiful from Argentina. DeCecco pushing all the right buttons.
Now Polonsky flying out of the back row, still attacking through the middle of the court. Unfortunate that ball went over on one, but the ability and speed of Argentina to counterattack is what makes them very dangerous in that situation.
Not much on it, Danani there. Back off the block, yes, no challenge I think coming here from Japan.
Now the body language from the Japanese blockers, you could tell that attack went off of someone's hand. Another great dig, but the misconnection through the middle for Japan is really what needed to get fixed there. And then Lima going high and hard at the hands of Japan for the point.
Double switch now for Japan. Fukatsu and Mayora are in, setter and opposite. They're down by 3 now. We've talked about the ebbs and flows. They were down by 4 points, called a timeout, scored 5 in a row. And then it's been pretty much back and forth, and all of a sudden Argentina finds a way to crawl back in front again.
I like the timing of the double sub here, Rob. Let's see if Japan can take advantage of it.
And that one is put off the block nicely by Mayura.
Mayura freshly onto the court, gets a chance right away. You've got to be ready when your number is called. And the lefty scoring from the left side that time. going to area 5.
Kai's serve is a little too much. Sato Kai, the outside hitter, plays out of university. This is just his 13th appearance for the national team. He is really fresh. They want to get a good look at what he might bring to the table down the road. Here's a chance for DeCecco to set it up. Nice dig by Yamamoto. And too hot to handle from Kento Miura.
Well, Japan doing a great job to work through that rally. They had gotten a great touch on the Argentine block, but then this swing from the right side, going down that line seam against the Argentine block.
So we've got a 2-point game here. 15 serving 17, ball in the hands of Taishi Onodera, the 28-year-old middle blocker, plays for the Suntory Sunbirds. Back comes Argentina through the middle, but they miss long, and there's no touch.
Zerba an attack error this time. He got dug on the previous swing. You like to see DeCecco going back to him, but you've got to find that connection through the middle.
And the service error, not at all what Japan wanted to see there. Matt, we talked about Japan, or at least Argentina, winning that bronze medal in Tokyo with a monstrous win over Brazil. Japan's got a gold medal to its credit, but you got to go way back to 1972, Matt.
Let's just say volleyball was a little bit different back then.
Hey, nevertheless.
Gold medal still, respect that.
Absolutely.
Much different game played back in the 70s versus now.
Now a chance for Miura to serve. Best opposite at the Asian Championships a few years ago. Donani's going to bump set this one up. Nicely salvaged by Vizintin, but a chance for Japan. Not sure what they're going to do with it, though. So on the other side, and that is outside the antenna. Good effort by Shoma Tomita.
That set just drifting a bit too wide that time, not able to get it across the net inside the antenna. Good call by our first official there.
19 serving 17 here in this opening game of this best of 5. If you've just joined us and aren't sure of the logistics and the story, Argentina has yet to qualify for the Paris Olympics. Japan has qualified, and they are playing with no pressure, and they are playing well. Yamauchi there, the captain.
A massive block by Yamauchi there on the counterattack again from Lima. Great one-handed stab dig from DeCecco, but the counterattack here trying to go through that left-hand seam again of the Japan block results in another block point.
Pretty good pass, but although DeCecco had to work for it, Donani's going to set this one. Polonsky trying to salvage it. Another chance for Argentina. They go back set, and no mistake about it. Bruno Lima says, let's finish this point.
Good swing by him that time to go down the line. But for Japan, too many touches with the ball going back over on one, not able to counterattack. Breakdown on the block there, leaving Lima all alone for the swing. But I like what Coach Blaine said right there. Just move on to the next play.
That's only a 2-point game here. Short serve, handled by Tomita. He had trouble, though. And that is going to be point Japan. It gets wiped off the block.
Let's see where this ball went. Who touched this one? Right off the left pinky finger of Loser. Just a touch late to the block. Leads to a Japan point.
Well, pretty good play to make on the guy who was the best blocker at the last World Championships, and then a service error by the captain, and you just can't have that.
Service errors mounting now for Japan. It's 5 service errors in this opening set.
Here's the setter, the captain of Argentina. He makes no mistake, Luciano DeCecco. And neither does Nishida, who's back on the floor, and he says, watch this.
Yeah, when Japan needs a point, they are going to go back to Nishida, especially when he's in the front row. They've redone the double sub, brought him back on. big gap through the seam there for the cross-court winner.
He's at the baseline 4 times. He's been the best server in the Japanese league. And that's a good one too, but it's going to be salvaged by Argentina for a free ball. It goes over. And Kai is blocked by Lozier.
A massive block by Lozier to finish that one. Keeping Argentina up, this time reaching into that seam to score the block point.
So the pressure mounts, the tension mounts, 22-20 Argentina. Oh, that one did not go the way of the team in white and blue. Looking for the trickle ace, perhaps, Polanski, but not this time. Here's the university man, Masato Kai. Curious to see where he ends up playing professionally. And that is a miss long. A couple of misses for Kai here. And he's going to be replaced by Tatsunori Otsuka, 23-year-old who is going from the Japanese league to Milano in the Italian league. Lozier now trying to give his team set point. They've got a chance here. And they take it. Oh no, it's out. We might get a challenge here. Byzantine.
I think we will get a challenge come in from Coach Mendez. The Japanese blocker holding his hand up as if he had touched it. We'll see now. This is tense moments here at the back end of set number 1.
Well, the libero, Yamamoto, being reminded by referee Collados that, yeah, you can't just get up and leave the court. Get a drink of water. So you think block touch, you didn't think it was in? That's not the challenge, though. The challenge is block touch.
The attack from the left side certainly traveled long. Let's see here on the replay. No touch, just missing the thumb of Saketa. Wow.
I kind of expected that outcome, Matt, because Team Japan is just not likely to let a challenge happen if they know that they're going to see their finger pushed back. That's just not really their way. Here's Taishi Onodera, another one of the Sunbirds. Through the middle. Another chance. And Japan is rocking and rolling. They've tied it up at 23.
What a defensive effort by Japan. Continuing Zerba and Dechekov not able to find their rhythm or connection, and then Nishida squeaking it through the block for a massively important point.
Nishida gives it everything. He's attacking from well off the net. He's stoked. Well, Argentina was in the driver's seat, had a chance to get set point. Argentina has a roster with 8 players who were on the team from Tokyo in the bronze medal 3 years ago. Japan, one of those teams, Iran was another one, Matt, who went from the Asian Championships last year immediately to the Olympic qualifying, and it was tough for those teams, those 2 teams specifically, who played in the final of that tournament and then immediately had to start the Olympic qualifying tournament with pretty much the same rosters. 23-23 is where we sit, and again, great defense from Japan. And it's going to give them set point. Nishida.
What a changeup by Nishida against the triple block. A huge dig there in the back row, but Nishida going off speed and throwing it into the blocker's hands that hadn't gotten over the net.
And all of a sudden, it is set point Japan. Taishi Onodera to serve. Oh, and he misses another one of those costly service errors.
Service errors creeping in at always the worst time, Rob.
It seems like it. And it was the best scorer at the Tokyo Olympics. Has the ball in his hands now, Bruno Lima. And the block comes through for Argentina, Ramos.
Maybe a few too many times overhead to Nishida. This time, the connection not able to go under the block. It's Vicentin there with his right hand scoring.
So Japan uses its second and final timeout, now facing set point again.
Good, allez. Allez, you move on to passing, first. Allez, move on, allez, come on.
Japan got off to an incredible start last year in the Volleyball Nations League, won their first 8 straight matches, put them into the quarterfinals, but they ran into the Olympic champions. Check that, they ran into Poland and wound up on the losing end of a 4-set match in that actually in the semifinal. They won the quarterfinal. All right, set point, Argentina, Lima. Blocked, another chance for Japan. Here they come on the other side, blocked again. That was Nishida. Another block, a triple. Or at least, 3 in a row.
Third time's the charm, Rob. 2 recycles. The third time, another block point to end the set. It was DeCecco and Ramos there to finish it up with the block point.
What an incredible first set, Matt. I hope this whole match goes like this. Just, you couldn't really get a sense of one team being better than the other until the very, very end.
Well, we sort of expected this match to play out like this, and it's no surprise that the first set goes deuces, 26-24 in favor of Argentina. But don't forget, Japan had a chance to serve at set point, and we talked earlier that this could very well go 5 sets. These two teams battling hard all the way through, making some errors on serve, but also through the middles. They can both clean things up, but that's a strong finish for Argentina after being down by 1 set point.
Well, he may or may not get credit for that block, but DeCecco was certainly right there in the middle of it. 5 block points for Argentina in that opening set.
But look at the opponent errors. That's the difference. So equal on attacks, 3 block points in favor of Argentina plus 1 extra opponent error works out to a 2-point victory for them.
Doesn't take much.
Here's a look at win probability as the match plays on after set number 1. A live update presented by 1xBet. Japan started out with the probability in set 1, but then you saw it sway over towards Argentina.
Well, not only does Argentina want to win the match, they want to win it in as few sets as they can for their world ranking, of course.
Well, a win for Argentina definitely would help their world ranking regardless of how long this match goes. For, load management and just overall effort, any win is a great win, especially at this level of volleyball. If it's 3 sets, 4 sets, or even 5, only time will tell, though, Rob.
Well, if you're coach Philippe Blain on the Japanese side, I think you've got to be pretty happy about certain things that you saw. You saw players taking a step forward in some cases. I think he's probably not happy about his service errors. That would be one thing that would probably jump out.
Certainly a pain point with 7 service errors through 1 set of play. That is a few too many to only 4 from Argentina, but then also they're blocking. 2 block points versus 5 from Argentina as well. Something that Japan is going to have to tighten up a little bit here in set 2.
Argentina beginning, of course, here against Japan. Their next game will be against Brazil, the host nation. And for Japan, their next battle will be against Serbia. All of the teams play 4 matches, of course, each week of Volleyball Nations League as the Argentine team gets the Spirited leadership there from Luciano De Cecco, who was announced recently will be switching teams from Lube Civitanova after he played there for 4 years to Modena. Must admit, I was a bit surprised when I saw that on Instagram, on his Instagram.
I was too. He's going to be taking over a locker from another setter that's playing here in Rio this week, Bruno Rezende, after he finished his career in Modena, and he's going to be playing professionally down here in Brazil next season.
Well, and that's understandable too, isn't it? To kind of want to wind it down maybe at the end and enjoy the Brazilian crowds. And
I certainly think it had a big impact into his decision making.
Here we go, set number 2, Japan in red serving Argentina in the white and blues, their traditional colors, and we are underway. Luciano De Cecco, what a beautiful set.
Great feed through the middle to Loser. Quick again to start the set through the middle of the court, this time from well off the net, behind the 3-meter line, throwing it into him and connecting on that one.
Wow, now he's serving. Here comes the back row attack, and that's going to be point Japan. The Argentine team thought they'd had the block, but no.
They certainly did. That's a good touch. You can see a good move, and even with Loser having to jump twice, just not able to get his hands over the net on that second attempt.
Sakita's serve goes at Polanski through the middle. The nice little left touch from Loser.
Really enjoy watching Argentina's offense. Watch Polanski come in like he's looking for a quick set overhead. Tomita bails out, leaving Yamauchi one-on-one, and Loser with a left-handed finesse touch that time for the point.
You think that was all planned, or did he ad-lib that?
We'll have to ask him after the match, Rob.
We'll have to ask De Cecco if that's how he set that one. Nicely tooled off the block by Argentina.
It's a good sign for Argentina when Lima scores on the counterattack, but another missed opportunity offensively for Japan. And then going hard off the hands that time is Lima.
So nice start here in the second set for Argentina. And we got a net violation on Bruno Lima.
Unfortunate that time as De Cecco had gotten the dig and what could have turned into a great opportunity, but the net touch on the block goes for Japan's point.
Well, there you see it, kind of on the way back down. Solid service reception leads to a beautiful kill from Luciano Polanski.
So De Cecco keeping the offense flowing through the middle of the court, this time going with the back pick, or 40 sometimes it's called. Blocker's not there. Polanski with a clear alley to attack through on an open net.
A lot of Japan's serves have been handled by Yamamoto. Now he's going to set the ball up. Here's a chance for Argentina. Out of system though. Dug again. And Kai manages to win the point for Japan.
Good perseverance here by Japan. Another great dig from right back. Sakita getting his hand under. I think Argentina thought about challenging it. Then Ramos, late to arrive on his block, opens up that point for Kai on the left side.
Well, they got burnt on that last challenge. I guess they're a little scared. Here's trouble. Oh, the kick play, but it's going to be out. Service reception, an issue.
This was the point in set number 1, Rob, that service reception struggled for Argentina. Polanski opting to take it with his hands, wondering maybe if that serve was going to go long through the inline, but then not able to bring it back with the kick save.
Here's Yamauchi. That's handled by Danani. Oh, nice dig. And that is out. And it's point Japan, and Argentina's not 100% sure, but it's out.
Well, quality defense that time by Japan. A great block touch at the net. The one-handed diving save from Sakita. And then the strong left-handed attack from Nishida.
Wow, Sakita's defense has been dynamite. big block this time from Nishida.
Great positioning here by Nishida. If we see it on the replay, stops short, realizes where the attacker is, and then closes his hands. Onodera doing a good job too, getting there. But you have to give credit to Nishida for where he set that block up in relation to where the hitter is.
Sometimes we cue who we think hit the ball by who's celebrating the hardest, but Nikita was celebrating Onodera's block, I think, there. And a little nice play by Vizintin. Seemed like the timing, he just kind of he threw them off a little bit.
It's a good swing. Japan with a triple block. Vizintin attacks that third blocker coming over and finds the seam.
Is an ace from Bruno Lima.
What a serve from number 12. The high toss leads to really aggressive feet and then finding it cleanly on the line there down to zone 5.
All Kai can do kind of look at it and nod his head and say, yeah, that's a pretty nice play. Another good serve. This is an out-of-system attack, blocked by Argentina. Another chance, recycled by Japan. Here comes Nishida, and this time he makes no mistake.
Nishida had a bit of a longer windup on that second attack. Watch the block of Argentina. Drifting a little past him and landing outside the court leads to this swing. Field goaling through the seam.
You can't help but notice a setter like DeCecco, but Masahiro Sakita's done a pretty good job on the Japanese side as well. And there's a swing that's too hard, too hot to handle from Bruno Lima.
Well, so much of these matches, Rob, are matchups between position-specific players. And you said it perfectly. DeCecco and Sakita, they're competing in their own type of competition as setters, going one against another, and how they're running their offenses.
Gino Vizintin, who plays professionally in Germany, the Bundesliga. Sakita from the back row, that's stung and nobody wants it.
A ball dropping between DeCecco and Lima. I think Lima has to step in there and take it as DeCecco was the third blocker to come over. Lima's facing the whole court. DeCecco wants him to take it, and the ball just lands in the opening.
Japan has fought into the lead here and then gives it right back up. And Masato Kai, he's shown some nice signs, Matt, but then we've had a few service errors.
Well, Japan already off to the rough start from the service line through set number 1. 16 points into set 2 now. They've got to find that rhythm and put some pressure on their opponents.
Beautifully hammered by Shoma Tomita.
Tomita getting a great opportunity one-on-one that time against DeCecco. A fast play here as Sakita comes across and attacking that line seam past the right arm of DeCecco's block.
Here's Onodera. Float serves, sends it at Vizintin, or at least at Polanski, who's going to come right back and win the point.
What an angle right there from Polanski. Going 4-4, area 4 there, left front, hard cross court. We'll see here. Watch the angle inside the block, catching the 3-meter line for this great swing from the left side.
DeCecco gets the dig. Out of system attack. Polanski, does he get a piece of the block? He sure does.
Argentina starting to play some good defense of their own at right back with DeCecco saving that one. Look at it here, the misconnection from the left side. Polanski finding the hands through the middle.
Seesaw battle, and back comes Japan to tie it up. Middle attack from Yamuchi.
That's a great time to go through the middle for Japan. The pass was pushed forward just a touch, and Yamuchi attacking the seam between the two blockers. Lucero with a good read, but Yamuchi just too high on that swing.
Here's Bruno Lima, and he is blocked. A massive block for Japan's captain, Yamuchi.
What a block by number 6 in red. Good read, moves his hands over the net and absolutely stuffs down Bruno Lima from the left side.
I just love the facial expression. You could see how much effort he put into that. Here's a chance for Japan to take a 2-point lead. Mission accomplished.
Japan coming back with some pressure. Great counterattack. Another golden opportunity. It's Nishida, though, challenging Lima, getting that ball through his block.
Well, Argentina would love it if Danani would get this ball. Best receiver at the last World Championships, but instead Polanski steps to take it. And then somehow manages to get the kill.
Now that's a breakdown on Japan's defense side. You don't see that happen very often. A ball going off the block, a good touch. This ball has to get picked up. You've got 3 players there. Saketa late to arrive, and a point for Argentina off that one.
11 serving 12 here in this second set. And this is going to be point Argentina. That ball is out. Japan is wondering what happened here.
We'll get a good look from the inline here on this slow motion. Nice save from Saketa. Tomita, the last one to touch the ball, whether or not it hit the block. Still, Tomita the last one with a touch on it.
Here's Polanski's serve. It's a hard one at Masato Kai. And nicely dropped down by Nishida.
Great vision by Yuji Nishida here to see that the set was perhaps a little bit too tight coming into it, and just tips it down into that opening between the block and the net.
What a beautiful sell he did on the hard driven, and then goes with a soft little tap. Now Lozier comes back the other way.
Good crossbody attack there by Lozier. He's been relatively quiet on offense. Only his 4th point of the match so far.
Well, you wanted a tight, competitive volleyball match to begin the week 1 of VNL in Brazil. You got it. 13-13. We went 26-24 in the opening set for Argentina. Nishida is dug. Here comes Bruno Lima, and that is off the block. Point Argentina. They wrestle their way back ahead.
A smart swing on the counterattack there from Jacentin. Going high off the hands, not bringing it down against the meat of the block, keeping that attack high and finding the hands to then ricochet it out of bounds wide.
Lozier. And that has not happened often for Argentina in this match. Here is the captain, 3 times named the best middle blocker in the Japanese league, Akihiro Yamuchi. Japan, or at least Argentina, does well to get a recycle there. They're going to get another one. And then block is massive. And it is Kai and Onodera.
3rd time's a charm for the Japanese block here. Onodera, that was a previous recycle on the first attack. But then this time it's all the right hand of Kai shutting down that cross-court seam.
Well, beautiful job by our crew in the truck to find the key moments in that rally. They're world class as well. And that is Lozier, hammers it off the block.
Another good ball in from Polanski, keeping DeCecco in the middle of the court, and a first ball side out. Has been hard to come by for both teams, as there's been a lot of deflections and digs, but that time Argentina scoring from the right side.
Here's Bruno Lima's serve, trickles off the top of the net, handled by Japan. Through the middle they go with success.
A really great touch at the net by Ramos, who's come in to replace Zirba here in set number 2. Polanski just sucked up a little bit too far into the court, not able to play it off the block. With that, a point for Japan, but a nice touch for Ramos.
16-15 in set 2. Japan trying to tie up the match. Lima, that's handled nicely by Japan. Here they come with Kai, and he's going to score the point. How about this kid?
Kai with a great chance from the left side, but you've got to give credit to Japan for their block, and then also the dig in the back row by number 11, Tomita. This is an unfortunate play for Argentina. Now they're going to make a change, Rob. Into the match comes number 7 in blue and white, Facundo Conte.
So Conte, the outside hitter, who has played all over the world in Poland and Italy and Brazil and Turkey, been the MVP in the Argentinian Super League and the Pan Ams and the Polish Super Cup. And they call a timeout.
Just giving this guy a little bit more time to warm up.
La única extremidad más o menos que bloquea puede ser el 15. Nosotros no bloquea ninguno y nosotros seguimos yendo al centro con la bola separada.
Well, it's pretty nice.
Un poco más contra las manos. Vamos de nuevo, rotación por rotación. Dale, señor.
I was going to say, a nice luxury to bring a guy off the bench who's played 175 national team matches.
Yeah, Conte, widely regarded as one of the best outside hitters in the world, and still has been used somewhat limited in last year's VNL. It's nice to see him back on the court. Let's see if he can be the spark plug here, though, that Argentina needs. Down by 2, and he's at left front. Get action right away now.
Well, he's been sitting on the bench. He's been kind of watching and maybe picking, you know, in his mind, trying to pick apart the defense a little bit. With a veteran like that, you just might get that. Here's the ball in the hands of Yuji Nishida, the 24-year-old opposite, the big left-handed swing. Back row attack from Bruno Lima is dug. Here's Kai. Out of system play. It's going to be a free ball over and a chance for Japan to make it a 3-point lead. And they get it because it's off the block hands of Conte.
A great play by Japan, and something I just noticed now, Japan does not have a setter on the floor. They did a substitution. Tomita came in to set as the outside hitter in the back row. And the counter attack right there to score that massive point.
Oh, I should have seen that, Matt, but that's just beautiful by you. There is Sakita on the sideline saying, eventually I'm going back in. 3-point lead Japan. They send the ball right at Conte. And Argentina now can celebrate a point. We'll try to turn it around.
Nice dig by Yamamoto, but Japan getting turned around up there with their blocker at the net. Polanski scoring on that. So Japan will complete the double substitution. They bring in their backup setter, number 3, into the back row to set Fukatsu. So that strategy was scoring nicely for them.
Here is Facundo Conte with a chance to serve and make an impact on this second game in this match. But instead, it's a quick and easy looking side out from Japan's Masato Kai, the 20-year-old.
Smart high swing going cross court. Kartsev, who's in, playing defense, catching that one down too low.
Kai back at the baseline. That's the only area really he's struggled in this match, it feels like. Be replaced by Tatsunori Otsuka. 2-point lead Japan here as they try to square up the match, but Argentina has got on rolls. Let's see if they can get on another one. They get on a blocking roll. Lozer and DeCecco do their magic.
Those are the plays that you don't really want to see from Japan. They've had success being aggressive on their attack. This time Tomita goes for the off speed, but DeCecco is there to throw it down for a block point. And Argentina climbing back in now during the Japan timeout.
I gotta ask, how many block points does Luciano DeCecco have? Because he has been a small F force. 2 block points, and he's been in the middle of a couple other ones too.
You know what you do very well also. You know, just pushing on the block, and you make a block out. This is a good solution that you can use. Huh? Okay. There you go. Stay down. Hey. We have 1 point front. We keep it.
I like how Coach Blaine talks about don't throw it down, go look for the high hands to get the ball off the block and out of bounds, but not down, so then the reflection off the ball and the block comes back into the court.
Right. So it's okay that you tip it, but then tip it high.
Faster, flatter, and higher to get it off the block and out.
Martin Ramos now to serve. Playing professionally in Spain. And that goes hard from Mayora off hands, and Japan gets it right back again.
Japan doing some good damage on this double sub with Mayura through the back row. Excuse me, he's in the front row. That's a good swing. Also a left-handed opposite hitter, but just being aggressive at the block, and it pays off for him.
Lozier doesn't get a whole lot on it. It's handled by Japan. Another good block for Argentina. Here they come again, Japan. And too good from Shoma Tomita.
Tomita with a smart swing there. Argentina continuing to struggle through the middle on the connection, but there's the swing from Tomita going off into Checo's forearm, as he wasn't able to close it off next to the antenna.
3-point lead Japan as they try to close out this second set. Teishi Onodera. Somehow kept alive, but they're going to call this 4 hits on Japan. You love the effort.
Quality effort indeed, Rob. A good touch, but just one of those plays in volleyball that happens so fast. Goes off the foot, then off the arms, and then that had to go over. And they try to set. That's 4 contacts, and that's 1 contact too many, Rob.
That's 1 too many. That was Kukartsev, by the way, who hit that one with authority. Oh, wow. Through the middle.
How about authority, Rob? That's a nice wrist away attack there. By the middle, another perfect pass.
Well, the man who's celebrating the hardest is the setter, Fukatsu, with that one-handed set. He was stoked. 3-point lead, Japan, 3 points away from a second set win. Mayura. Denani handles it. Japan with a chance to make it 4. Can't do it. DeCecco saves it. And Kukartsev scores it.
That's the point Argentina needed. Look at them celebrate nicely. That was a situation for Japan where they didn't have a setter on the floor again, and this roll shot saved from Conte with a diving save. Kukartsev, 2 points on 2 swings, that time going high and deep to the corner.
Sakita back in the game for Japan at setter. They look for the side out here. And they're going to get the side out. Beautifully handled on the right side by Tomita.
Just a great set from Sakita as well. Realizing where the blockers were. Knows that Conte is back there. Just past the attacker Tomita to score with that cross-court hit.
Suka comes out of the game. And I missed Okai is back in the game again. And then the service error rears its ugly head.
But fortunately for Japan, they still have a 2-point lead after that service error.
Here's Augustine Lozier. One of the best blockers in the world. But the blocking that time wasn't quite enough up front for Argentina, and Japan's got set point.
It's a quick offense of Japan. Floating away from the setter, opening up the seam, and then hitting it high and hard for the point.
Well, to be fair, Ramos left alone there, and that was a tough play to make.
Inside out, señores. El rotar, 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 rotar. ¿Sí? El tiempo en bloqueo se lo vamos a agarrar. El tiempo, no tengo duda que se lo vamos a agarrar en bloqueo. El problema es la primera bola, rotar, y cuando viene separada, trabajen más con las paralelas, si se puede, si da la bola para trabajar más con las paralelas.
Coach Mendez bringing in some sports psychology a little bit into the picture there, talking about working and trying to outlast the other team in certain situations, being disciplined. Now, after the timeout, though, Rob, Japan, a couple points now away. They've got 3 chances to take this second set and level us.
Yeah, they sure do. And they got the ball in the hands of their captain. Akihiro Yamauchi, the 30-year-old veteran. Danani handles the first pass, and then Conte handles the swing.
Conte with his first actual in-system opportunity to swing. Stays in tempo. That's something that him and DeCecco have worked on for a very long time as members of this national team.
Argentina still facing set point. And that's going to do it for Japan. Yuji Nishida wins set number 2 for the team in red.
And then celebrates with a crowd, Rob. The Brazilians here cheering on this Japanese team.
Well, I'm not totally surprised. Brazil and Argentina have quite the battle on the court.
That ball going right through the arms of Conte. A good block. Just an unfortunate situation there for Argentina, but then that's the fire you like to see from Nishida, scoring that final point of set number 2. Look at team stats after that second set. Argentina getting more errors. Japan only getting 1 back, but they won in attacks and blocks. Service points were the same. 3-point advantage for Japan, 25-22, leveling it now at 1 set apiece as we head towards set number 3.
Nishida leads all scorers in the match so far with 11 points, all on the attack. Now, Andy Bodfish,
Coach,
the third member of our
lost
team,
the
standing
first
by.
set, won the second. What was the difference between the 2 sets for you there?
But you take perhaps a little bit more confidence, because the first set we have a difficult beginning, and fortunately Tomita make a great serve and hooking back in the match. But right now I'm very proud of. We work about block, and I think that Yamauchi already 3 blocks, so that's a good point. This will be a nice fight. So right now, how the game is going, I'm pretty proud about my players.
Thanks very much. Let you get back to it.
I do like what he said right there. In set number 2, Japan got 3 blocks to only 1 for Argentina.
I think Andy's working on corralling someone from Team Argentina as well. Hardest working broadcaster on this team, I think. He's scrambling around down there, and he'll be with the head coach now, Marcelo Rodolfo Mendez. Andy, take it away.
Coach, what was the biggest problem for Argentina in that second set?
In the last set we play not good in attack. No, I think our reception was not good. A lot of ball off the net, and we have problem in attack. And they play really good in attack and service.
How do you reclaim the advantage in the match now?
Repeat, please.
How do you reclaim the advantage in the match now?
I think in the match we change something. Now we change the reception, and we will work better. We need to work better in attack.
Many thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for that, Andy. Great insights from Coach Mendez, making those little adjustments between sets 2 and 3 just to change the matchups a little bit, change their reception against specific servers perhaps. Wondering if we'll see Conte come back in to start set 3, or will they go back to Polanski and Vicente now they started the match. Japan doing a great job passing. Look, 0% of their passes outside that far circle in system. That gives them a much stronger attacking advantage and puts a lot of pressure on the block and defense of Argentina.
Bit of a revelation for Masato Pai, the 20-year-old we didn't know a whole lot about, but he has been in the starting lineup and he has really made some nice plays.
Taking advantage of the opportunity given to him, right? He knew that he was going to see court time with Japan missing some of their outside hitters. You like to see that from the young Japanese outside crew.
Well, Coach Philippe Blanc gave nice credit to Nishida as well when in his conversation with Andy, and obviously liked what he was doing.
Argentina just kind of pulling it together here, getting a couple of key words from teammates. Ramos will stay on. Conte getting the start here in set 3.
Argentina came into this match ranked 6th in the world, Japan 4th in the world rankings.
Don't expect to see any changes for the Japanese side. To look at Yamauchi, 8 points, hitting 80% through the middle for that team. That number has to stay high for Japan to continue to be successful.
Well, you heard the coach of Argentina, Mendez, talking about we have to attack better and we have to serve receive better, so that'll be their chance. Conte is in, as Matt mentioned. And here we go at the Americanizino Stadium. Argentina and Japan in set number 3. Argentina serving, and Conte wants that one back in his hands and do it again, but no do-overs.
Bit of a letdown to start a set with a missed serve into the net. It's one thing to miss long. Miss contact, perhaps that toss just a little bit too low for Conte.
Sakita, the setter, sends his serve right at the man who just had the trouble with the serve, but Argentina responds with Polanski and he crushes it.
Yeah, strong line attack this time from Polanski. The pass not where DeCecco was hoping it would be. Strong enough to get it all the way out there as Polanski gets it past Nishida's block.
There's Augustin Lozer. The crowd sharing how they feel about one of the best middle blockers in the world. Here's DeCecco, here's Polanski. Sakita sets up the back row, and that works to perfection for Kai.
The pressure from Japan on the counterattack continuing to work nicely. This time out of the back row with 3 blockers in front of him, still able to score.
Tomita serve, goes at Conte. Through the middle, it's Doug. Kai, is there a touch? There is none, and it is point Argentina.
Well, the offense for Argentina is still sputtering. They're lucky to escape with the point this time on that attack error from the left side, but still, Ramos and DeCecco not able to connect through the middle.
Here's Lima. Game is tied, match is tied. Now it's Japan, and they keep going right back to the young man, Masato Kai.
Rob, when you've got a hot hitter, you keep feeding him. Ramos there late again, reaching towards the hitter, opens up that seam against his arm at the net, and Kai scores once again.
3 serving 2, the captain sends it at Polanski, and he sends it cross court with authority.
Good attack that time. Polanski looking like he wants to be the spark plug for Argentina. Great set, but then Nishida not reaching in to close off that angle.
So nothing to choose yet in this set, and Polanski steps on the end line with his serve.
Tough situation now for Argentina. Rare sighting of his service foot fault violation. Good look here on that last step of his left foot, just toeing the line.
Nishida sends a rocket at Polanski. This is an out-of-system attack from Lima, and it's a huge .1 for Argentina.
They escaped with that one, Rob. That was a massive serve. Polanski was lucky to keep in play, but this time only a double block as Sakita decides to pull off the net. Maybe, just maybe, Robbie could have gotten that block point.
How about that bump set from Conte? It was a thing of beauty. And that goes block out, and Japan gets it right back again.
Now Japan playing with some strong confidence now here in set number 3. They're being aggressive at the block's hands. It's paying off for them with the block out of bounds.
Here's Kai. This is an overpass, and it's another point. Japan make it a 2-point lead.
Service pressure, those early errors now. They've found their rhythm from the inline, as Coach Blaine asked them to, getting the overpass for the quick point.
Looked like Luciano De Cecco was looking over at the bench. I'm not sure what that was about. Here's Conte. That is another nice dig for Japan, and back they come on attack. Tomita. This is going to go over and out from De Cecco.
Tough situation here for Argentina. De Cecco has to be aggressive with this bump set because they've got to put the ball somewhere where they can attack it. Just a tiny bit too strong as it goes all the way across and out, but the offense for Argentina really sputtering here, and you can see it by their body language as Japan continues to pressure them.
Here's Kai. Again, they just target Polanski. Here comes Conte, and that is dug. Magnificent defense from Japan, but a free ball chance, Argentina. Through the middle, finally finished by Lozère.
Good play on the counterattack. In transition, a free ball. Go quick through the middle to score the fast point. Move on, a great dig down the line by Yamamoto, but you cannot give free balls away. Lozère dynamic with that approach line and then going through the seam.
And that ball is out. And this is point Argentina. And this is key because Luciano De Cecco's in the back row, and that gives him a good opportunity.
This was nearly an amazing play with Saketa trying to go quick right there. Fortunate attack error by number 2.
De Cecco really makes the libero have to work on that play. Denani comes up with it. Bump set by Luciano De Cecco. Lima can't finish it. And Nishida can, without a doubt.
Nishida just so dynamic. He comes flying through the air. Watch where his shoulders are facing on this swing. Not that one, the next one, as that ball gets picked up by Denani, but he shows angle and then leans back and goes cross-body to attack down the line with heat and emotion.
Japan's lead is 2. The match is tied at 1 apiece. And that time, the kind of cross-body swing from Lozère works.
De Cecco going to number 8, Lozère, as often as he can, getting him activated here in set 3. Time, Lozère doing a great job being bendable and pliable in the air to still make a quality contact on the attack.
Conte now. Disturbed to start this set. He didn't like that one. Let's see if he likes this one. No, he's not going to like it, but he'll like it more, a little more.
The fans like it. You could hear the whistles coming down from the Brazilian fans
they
here.
Loved it.
They're going to take credit for that service error.
By the way, Brazil will be in action later today against another rival of theirs, Cuba, as Lozère finishes off that point through the middle.
De Cecco going 3 in a row to Lozère through the middle in all 3 rotations. Getting the set to number 8, this time on the 31, going wrist away through that open seam with the cross court.
8 serving 9 here in set number 3. Trouble for the libero. Salvaged by Japan, but it's sent over on 1. De Cecco mad at himself. And understandably, because back comes Yamauchi.
Mad at himself indeed, and justifiably so. He was in a good spot to make the dig, frustrated that it went back over. Again, the second chance. Yamauchi to score through the middle.
Japan back into a 2-point lead. The ball in the hands of Tomita. Polanski, nice overhand dig by the libero, Yamamoto. And Polanski is dug. Here they come again, but this is too tight. And no touch, point Argentina, as Kai tried to make something out of nothing.
Amazing defense by Yamamoto in the cross-court angle. getting a dig with his hands and getting a dig with his arms. But Danani getting a chance as well. Rally had a little bit of everything. Unfortunately, finishing off with the service error, the attack error.
Well, you really do have two of the best liberos in the world. Danani on one side, best receiver at the last World Championships. And Yamamoto, best digger in the VNL last year. This is an out-of-system attack, but it's too tight, and Kai couldn't do anything with it.
DeCecco with just a reactionary dig, able to keep that ball alive. It pays off. Coach Blaine now talking to his players, trying to get them to calm down a little bit, just refocus, take care of the little things. They need a good pass to stay in system this time.
10-10, set 3. And that one is going to rattle off the hands of the blocker and down on the Argentina side.
Nishida realizing that the block of Argentina was compromised, throwing it down into that seam. It's worked nicely for him all match long. 13 points now on the night for Nishida.
Yamauchi sends his serve at Polanski, who's going to attack on the bump set from Danani. Out of system play on the other side again from Japan, and they still get it done.
Quality block and defense by Japan. Had the triple block up, led to a good touch. And this roll shot from Nishida on the counterattack into the open court, freezing the defense of Argentina.
Yamauchi's serve is a little too hot to handle, too hard, and it's out. And that's gives Coach Mendez reason to say, okay, boys, let's reset.
Quick coaches meeting on the sideline there, looking for some magic here off the data and what to do to try to counteract this Japan pressure.
Wow, hard to counteract that. That is a beautiful swing from Onodera.
Onodera, only his second attack point in the match. Ramos stayed in front of him, but that angle just too sharp from Onodera.
Well, Sakita celebrating just as hard as his attackers, because I mean, he's a big part of that. And that is not going to work for Argentina. Their serve reception continues to plague them.
Now Ramos, the middle blocker, gets compromised right here, and as Nishida went with the off-speed serve, disguised it nicely. Ramos not able to hand it. It leads to an ace, and now an Argentina timeout.
Y la que afloja la tenemos que agarrar. Que pegue el palazo, sí, que salga por la diagonal, pero cuando ponemos la mano tratemos de esperar un poco más y entrar recto. No le movamos para adentro, no le movamos para afuera. Entremos recto del otro lado para tratar de bloquear lo opuesto y que no caiga ninguna otra bola. Sí, en la recepción dejémosla alta, así podemos rotar. Si no se complica mucho todo. Si es un palazo no lo bancamos. Pero si la recepción, la saque lo pasa, dejémoslo alta para rotar. Dale.
A lot of good information there from Coach Mendez, Rob, telling his players they've got to pass the ball in system. Their passes are too high, keeping DeCecco off the net. They have to stay in some sort of offensive system from their pass, keeping the tempo to the sets to the pins, because their offense right now is too slow, and Japan is able to slow them down with their block.
Well, it's one thing to say your serve reception has to be better, but when you've got these bullets coming at you from over the net, here comes another one maybe, Nishida. And a breather, a chance for Argentina. They get a freebie.
After the timeout, that's what Mendez was hoping for. Call that a coach's point.
Ramos hearing it from the Brazilian crowd, who now celebrates that service miss. All there's a man on the sidelines on the Argentina side, Nicolas Zerba, who started the game, and he is looking like he is eager to get back in, but he hasn't had the tap on the shoulder yet, the middle blocker. And who knows if he will. And there is just a wicked shot from Lima.
Lima, who's been a little quiet here through this set. It's a one-on-one opportunity there from the back row as DeCecco finds him. Now he goes into the front as DeCecco will serve.
Sends a short floater over at Onodera, who swings hard and quick through the middle.
Japan now running their middles often with success, especially after they step in to pass the ball. You love to see Onodera take the first contact, and then Sekita rewards him with a chance to score the point.
Sekita's setting has been really impressive for me, Matt, in this match. Here's Onodera, who sends it at Polonsky. That's been their target for much of the match, and their blocking continues to shine.
Tomita getting a one-on-one block point against Conte here. DeCecco did everything right, but a great lineup from Tomita, getting his hands in front of the attacker's shoulder of Conte.
4-point lead Japan, looking to add to it. The overhand pass, the ball too high, the ball out, point Japan. They are rocking and rolling here.
Japan is rolling, and Argentina is stumbling now. Missed connections, a bump set to the middle. The passing is completely broke down by the Argentinians.
Nosotros, está bien, ellos jugarán bien, lo que quieran. Pero es nuestro ataque, nuestro side out. Es como nosotros gestionamos las cosas. Es como nosotros gestionamos el ataque y cómo gestionamos la postura en defensa y bloqueo. En defensa estamos esperando que la pelota nos pegue. Tenemos que ir a buscarla, tenemos que cerrarnos en el campo. ¿Sí? La tocamos un poquito en bloqueo, tenemos que sacarla en defensa y gestionar más contraataque. Me parece que tenemos que ser un poco más agresivos.
Your Spanish is much better than mine, Matt.
I don't know about that, Rob, but I think, again, Coach Mendez talking about reception. Have to prioritize their service reception. Japan missed a lot of serves early on in this match, but they have found themselves from the end line. They've put the pressure on Argentina's serve reception, and it's paying off for them. Mendez very concerned as to what he can do to make his team pass the ball better.
Argentina looking for answers from players, from statistics, from wherever they can get them. They get it this time from Conte.
Okay, they make a good adjustment. They pass the ball in system. They run a fast set overhead. Now, can they do that over time? They have to string points together, especially now when they're down by 4.
And they need consistently hard to handle serves. Maybe somebody can get hot from the baseline. Here's Conte. Just not hard enough because Shoma Tomita comes shining through.
We talked about service pressure from the inline of Conte, but that was basically just a down ball spun over, and Japan took full advantage of it.
Better pass, and that's exactly what Argentina wants.
Polonsky getting a chance. Going hard off the hands as DeCecco on the run, keeps it in system, which is what they want to do. They're fast to the pins, compromises the Japanese blockers.
Ramos coming out of the game for Argentina, and Zerba coming into the game. That ball is kept alive. Here's Polonsky, it's in.
See if Coach Blaine uses a challenge on this one, but a great diving save.
Well, I don't think so, because I think he actually called it in. He put his hands down to say it was in. Lozier serves a hard one for Yamamoto. DeCecco saves it with one hand. There's somehow kept alive by Argentina. And that is just executed well by Japan.
Well, you have to appreciate the effort by Argentina. DeCecco nearly diving into his own bench to save it, but then once again through the middle. Yamauchi scoring as Seketa knows that Argentina is having a hard time slowing down his middles.
First team to 20, Japan. More scrambling. Denani's going to bump it up to the net. It's over. Free ball chance, Japan. Here they come. And there they go with Nishida.
Nishida staying aggressive in their offense, going very fast. Zerba has come back on to block for Ramos, but this time he's late to get his hands over. And the Nishida attack goes off his hands and up into the crowd.
And that's a hard-fought point by Lima.
Another fast set from DeCecco overhead. Perhaps that set a little bit tight, but Lima doing a good job to make the adjustment. That ball hard and flat into the hands of Kai and Yamauchi to score.
Double switch here for Argentina. Sanchez Pages coming in to set. He'll serve as well. And Kukartsev into the front row for some height, for some blocking. Sanchez Pages, just 1.75 m he stands. He's in the back row. And that is going to be dropped down anyway by Japan.
Japan doing a great job on their offense, continuing to stay overhead, but just the changes of their attacks has kept Argentina on their heels with their blocking as this match has rolled on. Another point there from Nishida.
First chance for Sanchez to set. He goes back, and that's hammered down by Polanski.
Nice in-system play. The first ball side out that we've been talking about that Argentina needs to continue to do. It starts with the serve. I mean, the serve reception. Denani putting it right on the money for his team to get the side out.
Kai is blocked. Pops it back up again. Nishida is blocked, and Conte helping his team stay in this set.
Well, Conte had gotten burned a couple times earlier on by Nishida. A nice recycle to keep it alive, but watch where Conte lines this block up. Gets that left arm of the block on the left arm of Nishida's attack to close the angle.
Crazy windmill swing that time.
This one, you have to go. Guys, with this goal, what we need is side out. Huh? Okay? So this is not question of power. We stay focused. You watch our block, and you manage our block. Huh? Okay? Allez, let's go focus.
That's all there is to it, isn't it? Just you need a side out.
Need a side out and keep blocking balls.
By the way, the young man who is in, who's in its setting for Argentina, Matias Sanchez, he has had some real success coming up through the ranks. Best setter at the under-19, the under-21, and the under-23 World Championships, and at the Pan Am Games in 2019. He's been learning at the feet of Luciano DeCecco, of course. This is another system attack from Japan. And Argentina thought they had kept this ball alive, but I don't think they're going to challenge it here.
See here on the replay, good triple block. Well, definitely making contact with the floor, Rob.
Japan does not have a setter on the floor right now. Through the middle they go, but it's dug. And that's kept alive. Great play by Kukartsev. Another chance though for Japan. Back set, that's gonna do it. Mayora, and it is set point Japan.
Well played by Japan. Argentina just not able to get a situation where they can swing at the ball. Japan counterattack once again, finding the low angles on the block of Argentina.
Yuji Nishida serving for the set. 4 times named the best server in the Japanese league. Here he comes. What has he got? Danani handles it through the, no, fake through the middle. Argentina recycles it. Polanski bumps set. Here's Kai, blocked, and Argentina says not yet.
Well, the block point for Argentina, really the only way they've been able to score here late in set 3, because their offense not producing points, but a good formed block by Kukartsev and Zerba there, shutting down that swing from the left side.
Still 4 set points for Japan. Recycled by the team in red. They'll come again. Here's Japan on the other side with Kai, and he's blocked again by Kukartsev.
Well, Argentina not waving the white flag, getting some block points here.
Not 100% sure whose hands that went off, but nevertheless, still set point Japan. Can they finally do it? Kept alive by Sanchez. From well off the net, scored anyway. By Kukartsev, I think.
What an adjustment in the air by Kukartsev. That set way too far off the net from Conte. Perhaps thought that Kukartsev was back row, but able to get it off the hands for their 3rd straight point.
Plot
You know what you have
thickens.
to do, huh? First, over here. Good passing high, and you manage the ball, huh? Okay? Without any problem. It's my kind. Allez. We are ready? Allez, go.
Well, full confidence from the coach.
Yeah, very much so. Coach Blaine very calm and collected, as he typically is. Speaking in English through a translator to his team, even throwing in a little French there, I think, at the very end. Telling his team that they know what they need to do. Just one side out away from taking this set. Pass the ball, perhaps look for something through the middle, because that's been highly successful for them.
Zerba, who came off the bench here in the set. Kept alive by Argentina. Here's Conte, another point one for the South American side.
What a swing from Conte on that high ball from well off the net. More adjustments coming, players coming back onto the court. Nishida is back on, Saketa is back on now into the front row. Nishida is in the back row. Let's see if Argentina can stop one more now to tie it up, or will Japan take it?
Question of the day. Here's Nishida. Yeah, he'll get the job done. Number 1 gets it done.
You had to expect that he was going to get the swing, especially when that pass came off the net. Goes down the line seam, and Japan now leads this match 2-1.
Well, lots of questions about Japan coming in. 2 of their best players not in the lineup, not on this trip. And don't they find ways with players taking the best, the most of their opportunities, making the best of them.
Conte reaching into the angle there. Nishida sees it and goes down the line, catches Zerba in the left back position. That's how the set ended. Take a look at the stats from set number 3. Japan winning on attacks, losing on blocks though, 1-3. Got the service winner, and equal on opponent errors. That typically leads to a deuce game, much like what we saw in set number 1, but this time in favor of Japan. Win probability climbing for Japan and slightly dropping every set now for Argentina.
Well, you wonder what buttons the coaches will be pushing the rest of the way. Anybody on the bench who hasn't had a chance to make an impact, ready to do it? The likes of Nishida has done in this match.
Well, Nishida has been a spark plug for Japan. He's leading all scorers. He's got 19 points in the match, 18 of them coming on offense, 1 service winner. But for Argentina, they've been searching for someone to step in and be that spark plug that they need so drastically as this match has gone on. Serve percentages for Argentina, 78-22 in versus errors. Meanwhile, serve percentage for Japan, 83% in. That is a great number for them. Only 17% errors. They have really figured out how to serve better as this match has gotten longer.
You're right, because after the first set, Matt, we were talking about Japan's service errors. And they started making better receptions and then making Argentina work harder on serve reception. It's amazing how those two things go together.
Well, a huge character check now for Argentina. How did they respond? They kind of got pushed around, I think, in set number 3, found themselves down by 3 or 4 points twice. They fought their way back in late, just ran out of time there at the very end of set number 3. How important is this match to them? They've got to be able to find a way to score some points on offense from the pins, and then they have to slow down that Japanese attack through the middle.
Well, DeCecco's had a rest of now 7 or 8 minutes. He's back running the offense as we knew he would be. Lozer and Lima and Polonsky and Vicentin is back in the lineup again. So Argentina going back with its starting lineup from the beginning of the match. And here we go, set number 4, Japan in red serving Argentina in white and blue. Through the middle, success. Lozer takes the set from DeCecco and hammers it home.
Good connection that time to open set number 4. A great pass from Donati. Frustrations from Tomita asking why he served the ball to the libero.
Kai is blocked, but it is block out.
Zerba getting the start now in set 4. In the middle for Argentina. This is a good swing from Kai, going high off that inside hand, sending it off the block and out.
Here's the captain, Yamauchi. Overhand pass from Polonsky. They go through the middle, and the answer comes from Zerba.
Zerba scoring a point, going cross body all the way back to area 1. But Polonsky putting that pass right on the money for DeCecco, who goes up to get it. Call that deep and in.
Well, that time Coach Blaine put his arms up and said that ball's out. So I guess he's not always going to nail the call. But that one is point Japan, make no mistake about it.
And a good swing from the left side, even against the triple block of Argentina this time. Goes high and off speed into that seam between Polonsky and Donati.
Well, we can assume here that Nishida is going to try to avoid Donati with this serve. And Argentina celebrates anytime number 1 does that. Amazing that those service error numbers are the way they are, because most of those, it seems like, happened in the first set for Japan. Ball's kept up by Japan. Triple block from Argentina. Success. Yoshida, too hot to handle.
Another situation for Japan where they recycle the ball off the block. Argentina not able to score in a broken play like this. And then Nishida, a weapon inside out and counterattack, that time going after Lima's defense and scoring.
Well, he has been just dynamite in this match. Polonsky, that is dug by Japan. And then finished off by Tomita. He worked on both ends of that play mat.
He really did, Rob. Doing good work on defense, going under the block to pick up the tip, then working hard to get all the way back to the pin for that go set to the left side that he scores on.
Japan the slight edge here to start set number 4 as they look to close out the match. Left hand touch from Polanski, couldn't do much more with it. And that's a big shot from Nishida. And he thinks there's a touch and the referee eventually agrees.
We have a net violation being called by our second official after. There it is. You see the top of the net moving. Japan taking the point.
And the ball in the hands of 20-year-old Kai. Solid serve, but the attack from the right side is too good from Lima.
We haven't said his name very much in this match. He's got 11 points on the night. This one, a one-on-one situation. He can score on that all night long.
Serve from Zerba, handled pretty well. And when Japan handles the serve well, they usually come back well.
So many times you see the perfect ball come in from the serve reception, and Sakita knows right where to go with it. Loser doing a good job to stay in front of Onodera, but just hitting that ball too high.
Onodera's serve goes at Polanski. It's going to be an out-of-system attack from Argentina. They'll get another chance. Now they get in system, and that'll do it.
Second chances work out sometimes. Polanski is the beneficiary of that overpass from Onodera. And then you can see there Sakita just not getting his hands over the net on the block, showing the forearm, and Polanski takes advantage of it.
And that's going to be point scored Argentina. Japan is thinking of challenging here. But it's out, as you can see.
No one calling for a challenge of touch on the ball, so DeCecco will go back to the end line.
And it was up for grabs, but Lima didn't see it.
Another good read by the blockers of Argentina. Getting that touch, but then losing track of where the ball went. Could have turned around and nearly had the ball hit him in the back.
Tickles off the top of the net. Here comes the back row attack. Haven't seen that much from Argentina in a while. It's dug anyway. Here's Yoshida. That's dug. And it's finally going to go off the referee's stand, I think.
Another play that just doesn't go Argentina's way. Happened 2 plays ago. Now it happens again. A great dig from Yamamoto on that big attack like you talked about. But then the dig from DeCecco goes wide, and the ball makes contact there with our first official, and it'll be a point for Japan.
They try it again. Still doesn't work, but they'll get another swing at it. Through the middle, Lozier, that's dug. Japan's defense, dynamite. And finally finished off by Nishida, give him 22 points.
Japan just being relentless on defense, back-to-back digs on the bick, keeping the ball alive, and then Nishida finishing it, going hard off the block for a point.
Well, what buttons does Argentina's coach Marcelo Mendez have left to push? His team down by 3, down in the match. If he can get more of that from Lozier, that would help.
Well, certainly could help the cause. DeCecco trying to go through the middle as much as he can. Lozier getting his hand up on that one just wide enough. But you can't believe that ball got down.
7 serving 9. And frustration on the Argentina side. Luciano Polanski's serve into the net.
Argentina cannot give away free points like that now in this stage of the match. They've got to be solid from the end line and serve reception.
Donani steps in to take that ball. And then Lozier is blocked by Yamauchi, his 4th block point of the match.
Well, quality read block. Watch number 6 in red. Gets his hands up and wide with a split block and the range that he takes up. Lozier not able to get it past him. Now a change. The setter comes back in for Argentina and replaces DeCecco.
Wow. Matias Sanchez, he plays in Poland professionally, takes over the offense from the maestro. And, well, it worked on the first play.
Argentina, though, has their work cut out for them. One break with that serve off the net, then Lima scoring. Sanchez loves to go overhead. We've seen him do that every chance he gets. Doesn't go through the middle as much as DeCecco, though.
And then Byzantine imploring his teammates, keep it going, guys, keep it going, keep it going. Don't leave it at 1. But they do, because right back comes the captain of Japan, Yamauchi.
Continuing to be good on offense. Look where that pass is. Perfect pass. Offense. Big crossbody swing through the middle once again.
Beautiful dig by the captain that time. They keep it alive, does Japan. They're going to get a swing at it, and they're going to score the point. Tomita. Oh my goodness, what a play.
What a play, and the entire arena erupts in approval with that. What a play. 2 Japanese players running into our scores table. Puts up a prayer of a set. Watch this play unfold here. Nishida tracking it. Tomita against the triple block, goes aggressive too, and it pays off for him.
Wow. I figured this was going to be a free ball.
La diagonales la defiende y la bloquea. ¿Sí? Capaz que tenemos, si es posible, buscar alguna línea más en ataque. Si es posible, buscar alguna línea más en ataque. ¿Sí? Si atacan por el medio, que ataquen por el medio. Pero frenemos las extremidades. Tratemos de frenar las extremidades, principalmente al opuesto. ¡Vamos!
Well, a good timeout there taken by Argentina. Coach Mendez has to control the game and the flow of it a little bit, sensing that Japan is clearly gaining momentum here. They can start to see the finish line. 13-8 in set 4, Japan looking to close this one out.
Yamauchi, after that great play, hoping his team will continue their magic, and they do. This time it's the young man, the 20-year-old Kai.
Having a night. Welcome to Rio, number 15. Scoring on high ball swings, now scoring on a counterattack nicely. Cross court at Donani, who can't handle it. Japan is rolling now.
It's a 6-point lead here in the 4th set. After Argentina won the first, it has slowly been Japan wrestling away the momentum with the odd break, but Argentina hasn't really been able to put together very much in terms of momentum.
They haven't been able to score points in bunches, which is how you create momentum in this game. They get 1 point here, they lose the next one. No one going on multiple service runs from the inline.
Good dig that time by Sanchez. Byzantine is dug. They just can't finish. Kai, does he touch it off the block? Nope, no touch.
Japan with multiple chances to score on that one. Just missing on that hand contact.
Here's Bruno Lima. Well, he knows his team needs to catch fire on at the baseline.
It's not going to help the cause, Rob. And this serve late here to get to the business end of this match. Japan keeping the pressure on.
Leading scorer in the match, Nishida, you see it there, 22 points. Good reaction there by the setter, but doesn't pan out for Argentina.
Well, the woes continue for the left side attackers of Argentina, even one-on-one. Well, Onodera making a good move back, showing his hard work, gets his hands over the net, actually scores that block point after jumping through the middle.
Conte comes into the game to replace Vizintin. Sanchez with the set to the right side, and that's handled well by Lima. Question is, can they get anything going, as you mentioned, Matt, in bunches?
They create their own success, some momentum that they need. Starts from the service line. They've got to stop a couple of points. They did it late in set number 3. They need it now more than ever.
34-year-old Conte, who's very popular here in Brazil. Oh, Lima, it hits him. He's in the spot, but he can't do anything with it.
Another great attack through the middle. Zerba late on the reaction. The attack once again for Japan's middle blocker scoring.
6-point lead, Japan. They can nurse this one home now. Well, Argentina's got some other ideas, but I don't know. Polanski gets one back.
They get one back on the side out. And Japan knows that they can just side out all the way home. They can't give up any runs of points. They've been able to do that. Zerba serving at the inline. Let's see what Argentina can do.
Wow. Execution dynamite by Tomita.
That is exactly how Japan has played all night. Strong attacking, they've stayed in system. Great attack from Tomita as he crashes into the net post. Able to score the point first though.
What I've noticed, Matt, is Japan is really good at disguising the way they're going to attack. You don't just because they've got the left hand coming in front of the right hand attack doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be hit hard, because at the last possible moment it'll be a tip.
Good deception, absolutely. They've been able to show angle, hit line, vice versa, show line, hit sharp angle. Good deception by them all night long from both pins.
Matias Sanchez now. His serve, they had to work for it, Japan. Then he gets under this one. Conte does the setting for Lima, and he tools it off the block.
Argentina gets one back there. Counter attack from Lima. Driving that one off the left hand of Tomita, but they need more now. And they score again.
It's interesting to see how Yamamoto quickly gathered the players around after that point, is to say, hey, that's just one. Let's turn this around. And the other team thinking the same thing, but hey, let's keep going.
And now, after another chance to score on the counterattack, what a set there. Overhead to Lima. Slices that one down the line, and now Japan sensing some pressure, they call a timeout.
Thank you, Lima. High ball, long set. We have to protect the blockout. Because he's using quite a lot this one.
Coach Blaine once again focusing on passing, pass the ball, stay in rhythm, get back into that first ball side out option, run their offense that they've been doing so well all night long.
It feels like Argentina hasn't put Japan in trouble for a long time in this match, and they do it here. Here comes the back row attack. That is picked up by Conte. Lima tries the tip, and he doesn't get anything on it.
Lima just trying to thread the needle with this attack from well off the court. Disguises the tip, but just doesn't put enough on it.
It was probably a great idea. Lozier takes that set from Sanchez and converts. Well, it's getting to be desperate times now for Argentina.
They pulled to within 3. This would be a massive point if they can get to within 2 with Polanski's serve.
Recycled by Japan. Here they come again. The left hand of Nishida gets the job done.
Nishida knowing that his attack needs to go at Lima there, the pin blocker. And again, disguising it, not going full speed. Pushing it into the block and low. Lima's not able to swat back.
Tomita's serve handled by Danani. Through the middle, it's dug by Sakita. Blocked by Argentina. Back comes Yoshida again. Kept alive again. Another chance for Argentina. Can they finally finish? No. And yes, Japan can. Nishida gets his 23rd point of the match.
Unbelievable defense from Japan, and Sakita digging a ball off of his chest to keep it alive. Then Nishida delivering the winning swing on that point. It was the dig off of Sakita's chest to keep it alive. Nishida not holding anything back on that swing.
Mendez using his last timeout to rally his team to try to find an answer.
Ahora en la recepción y en el side out. Recepción, side out, la salida principal siempre es el opuesto, es el opuesto. Bloqueemos la línea de los dos lados y defendamos las diagonales.
Watch this dig. Up in the shoulders, Sakita holding his neck, maybe getting a little attention by the trainer there during this timeout. Comes up with another cover to extend the rally. And that touch on the block allowed Japan to get back into system, and Nishida finishing it once again.
Man, I'm just blown away with how good Japan's defense has been. And that allows the players like Nishida and Tomita to come through when they're needed. Trouble again for Argentina. Lozier just sets it over the net. Here's a chance for Japan. Chance taken, Masato Kai.
Argentina not able to stay in system there, giving a free ball away. You see Lima running into the crowd to save that one. Japan firing on all cylinders now. They can sense it 3 points away.
Overpass. And it's 2 points away for Japan, and no more buttons to push for Argentina in terms of timeouts.
Good sportsmanship there from Yamauchi after that attack off of Polanski's head, checking on his competitor.
Shoma, Tomita. And a rare service miss since the first set, it seems anyway, for Japan.
I like the idea with the off-speed serve, but just missing on the execution that time.
Lozier, his team needs something good to happen. They are fast running at a time. And it is match point Japan.
The Japanese attack going hard at the hands of Argentina's block. It's worked all night for them. And it's gotten them to match point now, Rob.
Another tough serve. And nicely salvaged by Argentina. Was that Conte? Yes, it was.
Conte showing his experience on that play. Wiping the ball off that pin blocker.
Still 6 match points though for Japan. Take a minor miracle here. Tough serve at Kai. And another point for Argentina. They're going to try to put together a run here.
Going to try to, but it's going to be a big ask with Nishida in the front row along with Onodera. Let's see where Sekita goes this time.
First, let's see where Lima goes. Kai finishes it off. The 20-year-old out of university comes good for Japan, and the match has 16 points to aid Nishida, who had 24 in the match, and Japan takes it 3-1.
All celebrations on the side of Japan, Rob. That was a well-played match for them.